it makes my brain burn with frustration that I know for at least 10 years I have said every week that they will set up 3 economic unions, North American, European, and Asian, with sub-unions, and then get those countries in debt through fiat fraud, and then implode them, and then merge them into a global open banking dictatorship. Now, that is openly being announced for Europe. It will then be announced for North America and Asia. They are openly announcing it. I listened to Bloomberg last night on the radio, Bloomberg Radio. They had 5 guests on this show as I drove home at 10 o'clock at night for 35 minutes, and every one of them was reading off a script saying the same thing, even in the same order. That, well, Europe's got to now get rid of its sovereignty entirely and set up a private economic union over it, a United States of Europe, which is the opposite of that. No republic, no freedom. And then this morning, the Prime Minister of England, a bunch of other leaders said the only way to save the world economy is for all sovereignty to be fully removed, not just from the individual countries in Europe, but from the euro itself to this new private cartel. This is ruled by bankers openly, not even through their government puppets. It's basically like the Federal Reserve here just getting rid of Congress, which they basically have done. I mean, they've said they're above the law and run everything, and now the Super Congress has control of the purse. So really they've done that now here, not with a bang, but with a whimper. This is earth-shattering. And there's all the Club of Rome documents. There's all their statements. There's EU founders bragging and what the EU observer, I mean, just all the data flashes before my eyes. It makes my brain burn. That they planned this decades ago and are now going, jeepers creepers, we just got the idea to save you. Give us all the power. Get rid of any liberty you have. And the head of the central bank in Ireland 4 months ago telling the BBC and other publications, it was a quote at a press conference, I think it's best to have Ireland run by foreign banks. That's a quote. I mean, that's like saying, I think it's best that Zorg from the planet Popple Zoppel run everything. I mean, it's so naked, out in the open. So that's going on. I haven't even scratched the surface. It's mind-blowing what's coming up. Bunch of gas. Stay with us. Hey, we'll just stick our hands down your pants. Hey, we'll just use DU. Hey, we'll have thousands of companies open-air GMO cross-species crops. What changed? It's like the elite want to destroy the earth. They want to destroy this creation. They are beyond madness, beyond lunacy. Saying hidden in plain view. Or the huge announcements in hundreds of newspapers, and the talking point must have gone out yesterday because I started seeing it in the news and then heard it on Bloomberg Financial, where all 5 of the guests all were reading, and I kept saying, are they playing the same tape? And it wasn't. It was their in-studio economists all reading the exact same thing. And I got home and searched it, and there it was in hundreds of news articles. The world will go into total depression. There'll be martial law and total collapse. That's in major newspapers today. If you don't give unlimited trillions to the banks and let them set up a financial union where you pay your carbon taxes and VAT to them. We must get rid of all sovereignty. The problem is democracy in Germany. They are voting Merkel's people out because they're handing all power over to this system. We've got to, and then experts, well, I think in the end it's all we can do. So yes, we'll do the reasonable thing and set up the governance system for the European financial structure to consolidate into a financial private corporate union. Yes, it is the plan. We're doing quite well. And then you know Bloomberg Financial is propagandizing for carbon taxes to shut us down, victim disarmament. I mean, it's just, you listen to them, but they all do it in real nice little NPR, calm voice, like, shh, shh, listen, little girl, just get in the car with me and everything's going to be all right. I'm wearing a suit. I'm a distinguished, 70-year-old man. Get in the car. Just get in the car, America. Get in the car, Europe. Come on. And then we don't want to. They say, get in the car. Bad things are going to happen. Everything's going to collapse. And so we get in the car in 2008 and things are now worse. And we get in the car now and things are going to get worse by a bunch of criminal Ponzi scheme operators sitting up there snickering and laughing. And then on top of that, on TV, there's no states' rights whatsoever. The federal government can do whatever it likes on any issue. And the public's like, oh, okay. And they're like, we don't need Congress anymore for war or spending bills. Oh, okay. You said so. And by the way, we're going to have now a new financial private union. And you'll pay your taxes to it. And then then they'll implode that even more. And like, oh, there's a new crisis. We've got to merge with the U.S. and Asia under this private cartel. And then they'll turn the economy on for a couple more years. And then, oh, another problem. We just got this new idea. Oh, you've got to pay all these new taxes to fix it. And by the way, they're under the austerity taxes in Ireland, in Greece. They go from boom economies overnight to being in just abject poverty, pension funds gone, huge new taxes, and even private islands, private brokerage funds going, well, you're on the hook for $6 billion of fraud we sold you. So instead of me going to jail and you sending people to arrest me, I want that private island. I'll take $3 billion for it. $3 billion of what you owe me for that 600-acre island. They got thousands of these beautiful islands there, you know, that are national parks. And they're like, okay, here's the island. To private people are like, I want that island. I sold you fraud, and I own your minister. People are like, you scam artist. I own your minister. The military standing by. They're mine. I bought them with fiat. Ha, 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 ha. They're like, okay, here's the island. Good, it's mine. Now I'm going to have a party there with Lord Rothschild. And he lands in a giant jet. There's huge yachts, all these supermodels out there with him on television. And then Lord Rothschild turns to the cameras and says, don't forget to turn your lights out and don't take hot baths for the earth. And actually laughing. Oh, Prince Charles is there. High five. Oh, yeah, Al Gore. High five. High five. Woo! And it's working. You go in a store, you want a bag? That's not good for the earth. I bought a shirt the other day, and inside of it said, it was some outfitter store. It said, I was buying some camping supplies because of the power being out with the fires. You think you got enough stuff, then you realize you need more, so I drove to a camping store. And the shirt says, dirty is the new clean. Dirty is the new, in fact, I meant to bring it in. It was actually the gray shirt I wore yesterday, had it in there. It said, dirty is the new clean. Don't wash often. And you get lectured and, oh, you're watering your yard when the fire's coming. That's bad. You know, there's not water. It's not renewable. We've got to pay more for water when it is renewable. We've got to learn to make water like diamonds artificially scarce and get ripped off. We've got to learn.